Terry, are we going to start off with highlights? Welcome into Cooley Law School Stadium. It is time for more Lemonade League action. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Adam Jackson. The Locos come into play today, having won their last 6 meetings with the Lugnuts, and let's go right back into yesterday's highlights and talk you through what was a classic Lemonade League game. I mean, Adam, it had everything. It had offense, it had twists and turns. Let's go back to the start. Cade Preston going yard against Adam Dorstowitz.
A great answer. The Lugnuts had scored a run in the top half of the inning, and Preston bounced his 3rd long ball, all of them out to that left field home run hill.
That came just 3 batters in the bottom half of the first inning. Preston going deep, and then Alex McCormack.
What a game McCormack had, but to follow up what Preston did just 2 batters later, an excellent first inning for the Lugnuts.
All the way to the top of the Chevy Terrace. That's his 2nd home run in Lemonade League play. Oh, by the way, he's not done. And the Locos grabbed the lead at 4-1 in the first inning. Michael Steigels waiting with a smile on his face at home plate for McCormack out of Grand Valley State University. But the Lugnuts came right back. Christopher Schmeese, this is one of 3 wild pitches for him. And here's your Lugnuts rally in the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, didn't do anything amazing here, but drew some walks. There was the clutch hit, and they get those 3 runs.
But Michael Steigels, a 2-run double in the bottom of the 2nd inning. A 4-4 tie is broken. The Locos score 3, take a 7-4 lead.
Yeah, my apologies. That is Steigels there. Again, in the middle of the order, he was very efficient, multiple extra base hits.
And Ben Compton, the Olivet Comet, going to work aggressively on the bases.
Ben Compton didn't register in a bat yesterday, but reached 3 different times, and he swiped back-to-back bags on back-to-back pitches.
So that put him in position to score on a Sean Hattlesey RBI single. On the other side, Gabe Sotres led the Lugnuts right back in. This is a 3-run triple.
So impressive for Sotres. Just 3 at-bats yesterday. He drives in 4, goes 2 for 3. This was very vital for the Lugnuts getting back in this game and having a chance to come back.
A 9-4 deficit, just like that, trimmed to 9-7. Here come the Lugnuts, but back comes Alex McCormack.
I mean, an incredible game for Alex McCormack. 2 home runs, also drew a walk, drives in 4. And this was important, as we'd find out later on in the bottom half of this inning, as the Locos really made a surge to try and come back in this game.
A 2-run homer to give the Locos a 12-8 lead, and we went to the top of the 7th and final inning with that lead in effect. This is an RBI single by Gabe Sotres. That makes it 12-11. But Andrew Morrow going for the extra base. What are you doing? That ends the game.
Yeah, it was a crazy play to finish it after the Lugnuts had continuously put together 2-out hits, got aboard, and unfortunately for the Lugnuts, their comeback efforts had fallen just short.
So that brings us to today. The Locos have won 6 in a row. Starting lineups when we return. This is the Lemonade League. It is time now to go through your starting lineups. As the two teams coaches meet at home plate with the umpires, home plate umpire Dino DeLeon, the bases umpires Mitch Tresiak. Here is your Locos starting lineup, and they begin with the familiar leadoff hitting Adam Purdy, followed by Shire and Steigels. McCormack moves up to hit cleanup after his 2 home runs yesterday, followed by Compton. Adam Proctor makes his Lemonade League debut. Sean Hattlesey. So does Jace Preston, that familiar last name, and Brock Henley to round off the order.
Yeah, very interested to see how the two debuts look in the bottom of the order. Proctor hitting 6th, Preston 8th. And can you continue to get the performances they've had from McCormick and also Steigels and Purdy back in the top of the order today after he had most of the day off, pinch hit late in the game.
No more Zach Hickey. No more Cade Preston. None of the Central Michigan University players will play any more games in the Lemonade League. They are done, as is the catcher Garrett Lanker. The pitcher Colin Bradley, we remember what he did a week ago today.
Yeah, this Colin Bradley was phenomenal in what has been a very offensive league. Last Sunday, not only did the Locos win that 2-1 game, but Bradley went the complete game performance. And how does he follow that up? His first opportunity to follow it up comes this afternoon.
Now let's have a look at the Lugnut starting lineup that Bradley will be facing today. Colin Cornwell will lead things off. He's been tremendous. Followed by Connolly, Walker, Morrow, Sotres, the 3 Spartans batting in a row. Then Paywan and Acker, Ridequist, and Badalamenti for the starting 9.
Yeah, I look at the 9, and I thought they did a really good job yesterday, specifically Walker and Morrow, along with Sotres, all 3 Michigan State guys, really bracing the middle of that order. The thing today for them, Jesse, is going to be on the mound. They scored 11 runs yesterday, but just could not shut down the Locos offense. Garrett Larner, a guy that has struggled a bit in this league on the Hill. Can he put together a good performance and keep the Locos lineup in check?
And it's been control with Larner. The league batting just .207 against him. But in 7 2/3 innings, he has walked 15 and struck out 11. So batters have come up there. They've either walked, they've struck out, and when he's walked batters, they've usually come all in a row. So we'll see how his command is today, trying to give the Lugnuts a boost and help them end this long losing streak.
Yeah, 6 straight games coming into today, and for me, it hasn't been about the offense for the Lugnuts. Although they had a couple of games where they struggled to score, it's been more consistently the pitching. Got to be good on the mound today if you're going to snap that skid.
So there are the Lugnuts ready to get back at it. Currently 15 games played in the Lemonade League. The Locos 9-6, the Lugnuts 6-9. We are getting closer and closer to first pitch when we return. The national anthem, and we will have baseball from Michigan State Capitol. Let's play some ball in the Lemonade League. Terry Alipert back in the control room. To Chris, all of the folks here at Cooley Law School Stadium putting in work behind the scenes, big thanks. Hello, Mitchell. The Lemonade League Lugnuts have taken the field, and here we go. Clad in those black jerseys with the black crowns to the cap, the red brims, the home white pants. Garrett Larner always has his pants pulled up to the knees, the socks up high. A Sunday matinee in Michigan State Capitol. The Locos are about to bring up Adam Purdy, Brennan Shire, and Michael Steigels against the right-hander from DeWitt High School to Cleary. Garrett Larner throws hard. Fastball is in the 90s. Around his defense, Gabe Sotres is his catcher. You see the first baseman Andrew Morrow right there behind him. At second base, Van Acker. The shortstop, Mark Connolly, and the third baseman's Jake Ridequist. And on the outfield, Jake Badalamenti. Center fielder, Colin Cornwell. Right fielder, Zaid Walker. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. I'm joined by Adam Jaxa. You can find me on Twitter at jgoldstrass. Adam for you.
At Adam Jaxa.
That's not at Adam Jaska. Put the K in front of the S.
Yes, that is correct.
And you know that last name if you know Saginaw Valley State baseball, or if you have a sense of history with the Central Michigan baseball program. The director of baseball, Chad Roskelly, walks around the home plate area right now as Garrett Larner finishes up those warm-up tosses. He's got one more coming. Sun shining down upon the field and the cumulus clouds hanging lightly above.
Well, it's a beautiful day for baseball, and you love the nightcaps with the lights on, but a lot of these guys are used to playing during the day for their colleges. We've been over this with not a lot of the stadiums having lights, so they're right at home this afternoon with the sun beating down and right in the 70s, 80s. Beautiful day for baseball in the capital of the state.
And we are located right downtown, just a couple of blocks away from the Capitol itself. You can feel how windy it is as Adam Purdy steps in. The time is 1:03 in the Eastern Time Zone. On the first pitch, ball one from Larner. Garrett Larner making appearance number 5, start number 1. He brings it. Strike on the outside corner, according to home plate umpire Dino DeLeon. Adam Purdy batting .366 with a .509 on base percentage out of Concordia. 2 balls and a strike. He did not start yesterday's game, Adam, but I think it was a testament to how much the Locos were taking seriously the Lugnuts' comeback threat that he was suddenly inserted in as a pinch hitter. 3-1.
Yeah, they tried to give him a day off because he's been so busy at the top of the order, and they ended up needing all their contributions, as we mentioned, hanging on for that 12-11 slugfest of a game.
And he draws the leadoff walk. Purdy is on again. Brandon Shire is coming up.
We talked about it with Larner. He's had some issues with the command. That's now 16 walks that he's allowed in his just over 7 innings of work. So that's going to have to be key as the Locos come in with 116 walks. And that's something that they've ridden throughout this 6-game winning streak.
Adam Purdy reaching base yet again. Brandon Shire takes a strike. For Purdy, his on-base streak reaches 15 consecutive games. Every game he has played in the Lemonade League, he has reached base. Nothing and 2 on Shire.
Even more impressive when you consider he only had 2 at-bats yesterday. As we mentioned, he pinch hit, and still those games count. You don't get the opportunity to just say, hey, it wasn't a full game, so your streak's still alive.
Pickoff throw, no tag by Morrow.
He didn't even need the second at bat. He got the base hit in his first AB, extended the streak. Very impressive what he's done throughout the first 15 games of the Lemonade League.
He's stolen 5 bases too. He's not running. Shire goes down on strikes. 3 pitches from Larner, and he records his first strikeout.
Well, that's much better for a guy that doesn't strike out in Brandon Shire. Give up a 5-pitch walk to Adam Purdy and come right back. This top of the order so difficult to maneuver through. Purdy, Shire, Steigels, McCormick. And that's a big out for Garrett Larner.
So here's Michael Steigels. Just checking on Purdy. He's back in. Steigels is another player who's reached base nearly every game he's played in the league. There's one that he hasn't. So 13 out of 14 games. Rips this one to left. Badalamenti's right there. 2 gone. Purdy back to first. And now here's yesterday's slugging hero for the Locos.
Some early notes in the Facebook group chat today as people tuning in to watch Game 16 of the Lemonade League. Gabe Larner says, "Let's go Garrett. Put in work, son." Marsha Bullard asks, "Why are the CMU kids done? Have classes started?" Yes, they have. Begin tomorrow.
Ball 1 to McCormack.
So, let's see. What were there, 5 Central Michigan players, Jesse?
Out of the pitchers, Jordan Patty, Aaron Houston, Logan Butchkowski. Out of the position players, Kate Preston, Zach Hickey, 5.
So all of them begin school tomorrow, so they're taking the day to get ready, and enjoyed having them in the league.
Purdy runs, pitch called a strike, throw down late. Adam Purdy is steal number 6, although he went in awkwardly, sitting at second base.
Whatever works.
So no more Chippewas, but we lose one Preston, we gain another. Kate Preston back to school. Jace Preston from LCC joins us today. The pitch. 2 balls and a strike on McCormack, who, if you missed it yesterday, boy, did he put on a power display. He had his 2nd and his 3rd home runs in the Lemonade League. One he crushed out to right field at the top of the pavilion. The other one he sent out to deepest right center. Hitter's pitch on 2-1. Right through catcher Sotres, and to third base goes Purdy. That's a wild pitch.
I'm guessing the Prestons are brothers.
You would be correct.
That would have been really cool to see both brothers play at the same time. I'm sure they would have enjoyed it, but
Agreed. Cade, the older one, both of them DeWitt Panthers. Garrett Larner trying to strand Purdy at third base. And the count is run full to McCormack.
I think this is a really important part of this game, trying to put that first 0 up after the Locos scored in all but 1/2 inning yesterday.
10 walks, 11 strikeouts so far for McCormack. Payoff. Ground ball to Morrow. Handles it himself, beats McCormack to the bag, and Garrett Larner puts up that 0. He strands the leadoff walk. Purdy left at third. To the bottom of the first inning, here come the Lugnuts against Colin Bradley.
I make decisions about money. I can earn and save.
I can spend and donate. I'll spend my money well.
Education and hard work set me up to excel.
It's a recipe for success.
Should have thought about that, I guess.
Money lets me share.
I better prepare. Saving's a good lesson to learn.
'Cause a penny saved is a penny earned.
Teach kids how to earn, save, spend, and donate. Visit chachingusa.org.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
The Locos threatened in the top of the first inning, but Adam Purdy was stranded 90 feet away. They did not score, and now here come the Lugnuts. Colin Cornwell, Mark Connolly, and Zaid Walker coming up against Colin Bradley.
Well, really impressed right there with the work of Garrett Larner. We mentioned at times he struggled to put the Ball in the zone, and it looked like that trend may continue. A 5-pitch walk to Adam Purdy, but then maneuvers through a very difficult part of this Locos order. Shire getting him to strike out. Steigels a fly out, and McCormick, who had a huge day yesterday, a ground out. And the Locos unable to score in the first. So really good start to this game defensively for the Lugnuts, who are looking to snap that 6-game skid.
By the way, big thanks to Cottage Inn Pizza. Cottage Inn Pizza is proud to support the Lansing Lugnuts, making gourmet pizzas since 1948. Enjoy their delicious gourmet pizzas, salads, subs, wings, and more. From thin crust to deep dish to gluten-free options, they've got you covered. That's up high, ball 1 to Colin Cornwell. Currently, Cottage Inn is offering contactless delivery and curbside pickup. Go to cottageinn.com. The 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Colin Cornwell out of Saginaw Valley State, who just keeps on hitting. He had 2 more hits plus a walk yesterday. Now tied for first in the league with 16 hits, and he's batting .444. Bradley's pitch. Foul back to the screen. Both of those hits for Cornwell yesterday, they went for 3 bases. Triple to left, triple to right center.
Yeah, and that, as you mentioned, more impressive. He did it to different parts of the park and still was able to get 3 bags out of both hits.
That's on the outside corner.
I think right now, if you're these players, have to love this weather. It's windy, but it's around 75. We're going to climb into the low 80s, but it is perfect out there right now.
Cornwell stays alive.
The outfielders may disagree if a ball or 2 gets up in the air, and they've got to fight the 13 to 15 mile an hour wind, but beautiful day and afternoon for some baseball here at Cooley Law School Stadium.
If Bradley's going well, we won't see too much hit into the air. I'll go through that. The 2-2 outside. All right, so Bradley in the Lemonade League has struck out 7 batters. Of the other 19 outs recorded, 3 of them have been in the air and 16 have been on the ground. 3-2 pitch. We stay right here.
What does that tell you? He gets the hitters to hit the ball into the ground, keeps it low, makes it difficult for them to get any elevation under those yellow balls that are coming towards home plate. And he utilized great defense in that win Sunday where he went the complete game, got the 2-1 victory.
Payoff. Up high, Colin Cornwell's on with the leadoff walk. We saw Purdy walk to lead off the top half of the inning, but he was stranded. Now let's see what the Lugnuts do with this walk here, leading off the home half. Mark Connolly, a .371 hitter with a .510 on-base percentage. Freshman from Lansing Community College. Just checking on the runner. No worries for Cornwell getting back in. Scoreless in the first inning. Oh, by the way, Colin Cornwell leads the league with 11 steals. That's a strike at the letters.
Well, I'd like to see the Lugnuts be aggressive in this first inning. 48, or rather 58 stolen bases. It was important they got the lead yesterday, but then they gave it right back up. Can they get the lead today after putting up that 0 in the top half of the inning?
And Colin Bradley is paying some attention to Cornwell. First game in the Lemonade League for the new Locos catcher Adam Proctor, the former St. John's Red Wing, now at Michigan State. Let's see if Cornwell tests him. Bradley a 3rd throw over. The rest of the Locos defense. Michael Steigels is holding the runner on at first. At second, Ben Compton. The pitch. That's called a strike. Runner not moving. Shortstop Brandon Shire. At third base Brock Henley. And in the outfield and left Sean Haddelsey. In center Adam Purdy. And in right field Alex McCormick. .0-2 from Bradley. Cornwell runs, but the pitch sprayed foul. There's generally a feeling, Adam, that I've heard from base runners. They love to go on 0-2 because a lot of the time on 0-2, a pitcher loves to bounce a breaking ball. Fourth throw over.
Yeah, typically the 0-2 pitch is going to be out of the zone. It's not going to be coming right down the chute, and it could be off speed when you've thrown a couple of fastballs, so that makes a lot of sense.
Runner not moving. Fly ball, left field. Hadd'll see the catch. Cornwell back to first. One gone.
And there you go. That was an off-speed pitch. Was swung on, though, from Connolly, and there's the first out.
Not too much trouble for Hadd'll on that ball in the air. Now Zaid Walker, coming off a 3-hit game yesterday. 14 hits puts him in 4th place in the Lemonade League. 14 runs scored ties him for first. Cornwell moves, pitch called a strike, throw down. Miscommunication between the middle infielders and the steal for Cornwell. Both Compton and Shire were covering. Neither one of them got the tag on him.
Yeah, it was very close, and again, it was the right pitch to go on. Breaking ball coming into Walker, and still, Cornwell slides in, gets another steal to add on to his lead in this league.
Make it 12. 0-1 for Walker. Strike 2.
Well, Walker had a huge day yesterday, but the one thing he is potential and susceptible to do is the strikeouts. And right now, Bradley's got him right where he wants him.
Walker leads the league with 14 strikeouts. 15 strikeouts now, and there's 2 outs in the first.
Big at bats right there. Just as Larner had to maneuver through 2, 3, and 4. Once a batter got on in the top half of this inning, same thing for Bradley. You walk Cornwell, now you have to maneuver through Conley, Walker, and Morrow. And so far, he's 2 for 2 and getting a couple of outs.
Here's Andrew Morrow. No score. Bradley looking to strand the runner Cornwell at second base. Just a peek back, and Cornwell was wise to him. Andrew Morrow is hitting .279. Catcher Proctor wants a word with Bradley. Morrow through 14 games. 2 doubles, a homer, is knocked in 9. Saw him come through again yesterday, the RBI single, but then the base running decision at him. Morrow going to second base on a Gabe Sotres RBI single. As we watch the replay of the Zaid Walker strikeout by Bradley, firing the fastball by him away. Morrow trying to take third base and getting tagged out to end the game. Ball 1. What do you think of that decision?
Well, I understood it because there was no one at third base when he rounded second. He got to second base, looked at third, and everyone was out in shallow left field. I think what he misread is how quickly Hickey could get back to the bag, and that's ultimately what ended the game with the tag out.
Ball and a strike on Morrow.
And especially with how many wild pitches and pass balls that have been in this league, it would have been a 1-run game still with 2 outs. So Morrow's thinking if I get to third, it may not take a hit to score me. I have a chance to come in on a bad throw, and this game could be tied up.
That's foul.
So I didn't mind it. I know it wasn't the right decision, and ultimately it cost the Lugnuts any opportunity of furthering the game, but I thought the same thing just looking from our vantage point up here in the booth. When he rounded second, I thought he was clear to get to third as well because no one was on the bag.
That was nobody even close. What a recovery by Zach Hickey.
Yeah, it was very impressive how quickly he got back to the bag.
A grounder to Compton. Gets Morrow, inning over. Bradley strands the leadoff walk. Cornwell left at second. Zeros on the scoreboard, going to the second inning in the Lemonade League.
Well, the Lugnuts' actual 25th anniversary will have to wait until 2021. You can still purchase a piece of history. Limited quantities of the 25th anniversary bobblehead series presented by Sparrow, Physicians Health Plan, and Michigan Student Aid are available right now. The set features former Lugnut greats Mark Pryor, Noah Syndergaard, Bo Bichette, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Supplies are limited, so order yours online at lansinglugnuts.com.
My turn to talk a little bit about the Nuts and Bolts Shop, the official team store of your Lansing Lugnuts. Conveniently located on the concourse behind home plate, Nuts and Bolts is everything even the biggest Lugnuts fan would need. Nuts and Bolts is open before, during, and after all Lemonade League games. So stop in, check out all the great Lugnuts and Locos gear today. Visit us online as well at lugnuts.milbstore.com. And the items of the homestand, the Locos gear. You see the shirt, you see the baseball cap. We've got more shirts. We've got great gear in all sorts of different colors.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
Well, a rarity in terms of we didn't see any runs scored in the first inning. In general, in the Lemonade League, we see runs scored in virtually every inning. This has been a highly offensive-driven league. But as we go to the top of the second, here come the Locos up against the right-hander Garrett Larner, looking to equal what he just achieved in the first inning. And Ben Compton falls behind 0-1. In the first inning, a leadoff walk against Larner, but then the strikeout of Shire, the line out by Steigels, the ground out by McCormack. Adam Purdy left on. Compton, Proctor, and Hattlesea here. Breaking ball missing. Jesse Goldberg-Strassler here. Adam Jackson there. Glad to have you along with us.
Well, the rarity, Jesse, as you mentioned, no runs in that first inning, and the exception to the rule has been Sunday day games. It was last Sunday that we had the doubleheader, both 5 innings, and each game it was a 2-1 pitcher and defensive struggle. And we've had high-scoring games since. Now here we are, back on Sunday, midday, and we'll see if we get the same thing again today.
That is paint. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Compton. It is something, Adam, that in speaking with different baseball coaches over the years, they love knowing what the splits are day versus night for their players. Who plays well early, who plays well late. 2-2. Front door breaking ball just missed.
Important statistics that go into knowing your team better as you put out the lineup card every single day, and certainly night and day games, there are players that prefer playing each.
Compton caught a piece. Ben Compton had an unusual game yesterday. He went 0 for 0. 4 plate appearances, a walk and a steal, a walk, 2 steals, a sac fly and an RBI, and another walk. 3 walks, 1 sac fly, 3 steals, 1 run scored, 1 run batted in. Payoff pitch. That's foul.
I would force you to look a little closer into just your general consumption of the box score. Because you'd see the 0 for 0 and the hits and at bats column and think, okay, well, but you're right, very productive day. Even though he didn't put a ball in play, didn't get a single or anything like that, very efficient. And then when he got on, he was disruptive.
He's not on here. Garrett Larner's second strikeout, frozen with the fastball.
Well, you can see the command right now is there for Garrett Larner, which is great news for the Lugnuts. He's had a couple long at-bats. McCormack to finish off the first, won that battle, and here with Compton. Pretty long at-bat there where he faced 8 different pitches, and he comes out with the strike 3 on the 3-2 count. Good-looking start for Garrett Larner.
Adam Proctor next. 1 out, nobody on. His very first Lemonade League at bat. The Michigan State Spartan. We are familiar with Proctor here at Cooley Law School Stadium. His freshman year, he won the Crosstown Showdown pregame home run derby. And then he did it again his sophomore year. Line drive, center field, base hit Proctor. No home run here, but how about a 1-out single?
First hit today off Larner. Welcome to the league, Adam Proctor.
How do you feel if you're the Lugnuts? You look at the Locos offense. They lose Cade Preston, they lose Zach Hickey, they lose Garrett Lanker. All three of those players headed back to school. So just pop in Adam Proctor from Michigan State.
Yeah, and if the Preston power is in the bloodlines, we'll see what Jace Preston could add as he'll come to bat here shortly.
First, though, here's Sean Hattlesey from Albion. That's grounded off of his instep first. Hattlesey 3 for 22, but 10 walks drawn. So 136 batting average, but a 424 on base percentage. 1 on, 1 gone, top of the second. There are the Jackson faces in the crowd behind Hattlesey. All the while, Proctor steps away from first base. Those two teammates, Morrow holding on Proctor. Proctor runs, pitches low, throw down, tag, not in time. Second baseman Acker was covering. But Michigan State's Gabe Sotres could not stop the Spartan Proctor from taking second.
So he's got power and speed. Good combination to have.
I think he fits right in with the Lemonade League. The 1-1. It's hailing wide of the outside corner. If I was asked to summarize the Lemonade League just in a couple of short, descriptive ways, one of those ways would be so many stolen bases. 3-1 now on Hattlesey. You know, Adam, there's been so much offense in the league, but part of that has been due to the aggressiveness of the base runners. And I think that the league's identity very strongly has been just how good these offenses have been. Yesterday, 12-11 was the final. Line shot, right center of field. Cornwell to his left, runs it down. Proctor back to second.
Great catch there, and excellent run by Cornwell to get over, track that ball. Keeps Proctor put at second. You're right, though. If I describe this league, I think I'd do 2 words: offensive dramatics. It's had its dramatic finishes late in the innings. Comebacks have happened. We've certainly seen our fair share of walks and struggles on the mound, but the offense has certainly shined in the Lemonade League.
Here's Jace Preston's first Lemonade League at bat. That's pushed foul to the right, past the tarp.
Pressure's on here. Proctor got his first at bat in the league. Base hit. Can Preston do the same?
Meanwhile, Garrett Larner looking for a second consecutive scoreless inning. He's out in front of Preston, 0-2.
Wouldn't it be something if the 2 newest members of the league combined for today's first run?
I think so. Locos would certainly love it. 0-2 pitch. Fouled back. I think catcher Sotres wanted that fastball a little bit higher.
Yeah, still a lot of options here for Larner, who, by the way, is pitching fantastically. Finding the zone, mixing the pitches. Can he get his 3rd strikeout?
The number 8 batter in the order, Jace Preston DHing. At second base, Proctor, 2 outs. There's that high fastball that Sotres had been asking for. A 1-2 pitch. Hits him. And away to first base goes Preston.
Well, that's not what you want in that situation. Up 1-2. 2 outs. You need one more pitch to get out of it, and just lost control of that last pitch.
Number 9 hitter now, Brock Henley. Hitting .250, a .387 on base percentage. The third baseman from Davenport. And just in case, lefty warms up in the Lugnuts bullpen. Preston at first, Proctor at second, 2 outs, no score. Ball 1. With the action in the pen, Adam, that would lead me to believe that this is going to be it for Garrett Larner. However this second inning goes, that all they expect from him is 2 innings today. That's twisting down the right field line, but over the pen on a foul ball.
And that may be the case. If so, Larner wants to finish up his outing with a 0 up on the board. He's pitched excellent to this point. He's allowed 3 base runners, but gave up no runs in the first. He's got a chance to do so again here in the second.
By the way, the pitcher warming up in the pen is another debuting Lemonade Leaguer. It is Southpaw Ryan Steinhauer, freshman from Lansing Community College. A ball and 2 strikes now in Henley. There's Steinhauer getting loosened up.
All sorts of new faces.
You know who that bullpen catcher is, by the way? That's Jake Bekowitz, who does absolutely everything for the Lansing Lugnuts front office. And today he's the bullpen catcher as well. Just amazing. Super utility man. Off the hands, in the air, left side. Can they find it? The third baseman, Rydquist, bails out the shortstop, Connolly. They were battling the sun and the sky, and Rydquist hauled it in. A hit batter, a single, but no runs score against Garrett Larner, and we're through 1.5.
Sparrow Medical Minute, the latest health news and information from Sparrow, Mid-Michigan's healthcare leader.
I'm Cheryl Fritz here with Hillary Taransky, physician assistant with Sparrow Occupational Health. Employers are concerned about how to keep their employees healthy and make them feel safe as they return to work. How does Sparrow Occupational Health help?
So Sparrow's goal is to be a partner in health with the local employers. We've developed a program to help make sure that they can return back to work safely. This includes an online screening tool as well as the availability for Sparrow staff to come on site and help with screening. Occupational Health also offers COVID screening. This includes the nasal PCR swab as well as the antibody testing. We can evaluate employees that are ill and give guidance on when they can return back to work safely.
Where can people get more information on this important topic?
They can call Sparrow Occupational Health at 517-364-3900.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Medical Minute, brought to you by Sparrow. For health, for care, for life.
Corona is the original cerveza más fina of Mexico. And since 1925, it's been made with the finest ingredients. And most of all, with our heritage and our pride. In 1981, we didn't just bring a beer to the States. We brought our way of life. Because when you're proud of what you do, you want to share it with the world. Corona, we share more than a beer. We share the same history.
The Lugnuts will bring up Gabe Sotres, Joey Paywan, Van Acker for the last of the second. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler alongside Adam Jacksa. The right-hander Colin Bradley back to work for the Locos in Lemonade League game number 16. We've got one more game to go in this stretch of games coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. here at Cooley Law School Stadium. And then we will take a brief break. Step aside. Day off on Tuesday, day off on Wednesday, and then back at it Thursday and Friday at 7 p.m. And Saturday, the 22nd, will be the very last Lemonade League game.
coming down to the final stretch here. The Lugnuts certainly don't want to end on this note, so an important 5 games as they've lost 6 in a row today, tomorrow, maybe get good feeling back in you if they can find a way to pick up a win or 2. And excited for the final 3 games later on this week.
Gabe Sotres smashes the first pitch he sees to right. McCormack is out number 1. Adam, I brought up your idea to the commish of the league, Greg Kiger, saying, what are your thoughts about postseason awards here in the Lemonade League? Greg started to think things through. And then he said, we need to come up with an all-Lemonade League team.
Yep. I think that's a great idea. Recognize the players that have stood out.
Joey Paywan takes a strike. So I think momentum is building in the right direction.
And it's going to be a little difficult because not everybody has played the same amount of games, and some have left the league already.
Strike 2.
But there are certain players that are done that made a lasting impact on the first Lemonade League. And they certainly should be honored if we do have a Lemonade League team.
Joey Paywan playing in his baker's dozen, his lucky number 13th game in the league. The 1-2.
I think the best part about this league, Jesse, is how successful it's been.
Yes.
Again, there were so many unknowns when we had that first game on July 23rd. And everything since then has gone off excellent.
Breaking ball called strike 3. Second strikeout for Colin Bradley.
That's a really good pitch right there. Completely fooling Paywan across the zone, in on his hands. And Bradley locked in once again as he was in his last start a week ago.
When the league was first announced, the whole feeling was, okay, Michigan is going to move to Phase 5. We'll have who knows how many folks here. Van Acker takes inside. But as things turned out, things went backward because of coronavirus and how things were going in the state, and so only a capacity crowd allowed of 100 by Ingham County. There's a good curve for a strike. And so here we are. From game 1 in the league all the way through today, that capacity has been sold out. 100 fans every single game.
And I think there may have been some nervousness too, just because you're watching, by example, the major leagues, and there had been some COVID-19 outbreaks within some of the teams and some delays.
Acker went around too far.
And some games that have been canceled, whether it be the Marlins or the Cardinals, who are just starting to play again. So didn't really have much to go off, and this Lemonade League has produced and done a great job.
Breaking ball sets down Acker. A perfect second inning for Colin Bradley, including back-to-back strikeouts. Sends us to the 3rd inning. Scoreless in the Lemonade League.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. When wildfires threatened communities, John jumped into danger, fighting through fear and fatigue until the fire was contained. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Every act, every gesture counts right now. Because together, it all makes a difference. And staying committed to the health of our communities is everything. Which is why Blue Cross will remain committed to you, ensuring you can get the care you need with resources like virtual doctor visits and our 24-hour nurse line. You'll have access wherever and whenever you need it. Blue Cross will stay by your side for whatever comes next.
Zeros up on the board through the first couple of innings. Welcome back to Lemonade League Game 16. Appreciate you stopping in on the stream this afternoon. with Jesse Goldberg-Stressler, Adam Jackson, and our entire crew on this Sunday afternoon from Cooley Law School Stadium. The starters have dominated the first couple of innings. Garrett Larner, 2 innings complete, 1 hit, 1 walk, hit a batter, that's been it. He's racked up a couple of strikeouts. Colin Bradley just finished up his second inning. He's got 3 strikeouts, given up a walk, no hits yet. So the pitching and defense continues to be the story on these Sunday matinee games. Back to the top of the order, here's Adam Purdy. It's swung on the ground, through the middle for a base hit. Purdy has reached for a second time.
It's such a good, short, quick stroke. And Purdy putting the bat right on the baseball. No wasted motion.
He likes to attack that first pitch, be aggressive. That now ties him at the top with 16 hits. Colin Cornwell, Darren Davis, each with 16 as well. And more impressively, Davis has been done for the last week. He did it in just 10 games. Here's Brandon Shire. Off the end of the bat, that'll stay fair. Tough play for Sotres, and Morrow can't make the pick. To third goes Purdy. First 2 are on in this third inning. Well, this will be interesting because I think if Morrow would have picked that, a tough play, if he would have picked it, I think Shire would have been out. They're going to rule an error on Gabe Sotres, the catcher. So an error on that throw to allow Shire to reach. Now Michael Steigels. This one gets underneath Sotres. And Purdy up on the wild pitch from Garrett Larner. This is more of what we've seen throughout the Lemonade League from the Locos the last few games. Those last 3 games in this stretch of 6 straight. Swing and a miss. They've scored 39 runs. And Larner has done a great job of shutting them down through back-to-back innings today. Locos are ready to break through, though. And they do so. Back up the middle for Steigels. Purdy comes in, Shire to third, 1-0 Locos.
That ball was smoked. Purdy, that's just a grounder to start off the inning. Shire, a little squibber up the third base side. But Michael Steigels caught it square.
Pitching coach Riley McCauley out to discuss things with Garrett Larner. Maybe change up his approach. The rhythm here for the Locos has been attack early in the count in this third inning. First pitch for Purdy and Shire as they both reached. Steigels, the first strike that he saw, centers out on the hard hit line drive. So we'll see if Larner potentially changes up. Maybe he counters with some off-speed stuff early in the counts.
Do you know what's the frustrating thing for Larner was the pitch before that was such a good one to Steigels. Had him fooled.
Have to be extremely careful with Alex McCormick, who had 2 home runs yesterday. Off to second goes Steigels. Throw down, tag applied, it's in time. Connolly from Sotres. There's our first out.
Not a way for Sotres to pick up his pitcher. It was his throwing error that unlocked this inning for the Locos.
And a nice job to throw accurately, too, to keep Shire at third base. We've seen double steals or guys come in because of wild throws on stolen base attempts. 1-1 on McCormick. 2 for 3 yesterday. 2 2-run homers. Also drew a walk. Those 2 2-run homers producing 4 RBIs. On the ground foul. He grounded out to that right side to Andrew Morrow in his first at bat. 6 home runs now for the Locos. Just 2 for the Lugnuts, and it's been a while, both from Morrow and Walker, since they've had a long ball. 1-2. Reached on the ground. This will score a run. Acker has to throw quickly and just nips McCormack for the second out. But the Locos add on to their lead now 2-0. You don't want to give up 2 runs, but with a dangerous hitter like Alex McCormack in the box, that's best case scenario for him scoring the run. As he gets out, now Ben Compton turns on one. Heading foul, and it goes to the left of the foul pole for strike 1.
That was dangerous. That did not miss being a home run by very much.
Oh, and it seemed like a lazy fly ball.
It's only 304 feet down the left field and down the right field lines.
And it was only about 10 feet foul. Inside again. This one a touch too far. 1 ball, 1 strike from Larner. Giving up his first 2 runs of the game on a couple of hits and an error by his catcher, Gabe Sotres. Was a really difficult play for Sotres. Good breaking ball, just off. 2-1.
Not by much.
There he hits the zone, knee-high strike, 2-2. We talked about Garrett Lanker's struggles with his command at times. Not the case today. He's only given up 1 walk, and he has been painting the corners with all of his pitches. Fouled off. Compton stays up there. What is it about these day games for these pitchers, Jesse? Because we've seen phenomenal performances from both teams through the first 2.5 games we've seen on Sundays.
I don't know, but I'd like to bottle it because in some of the night games, we've seen pitchers come out there with nothing.
Bounce to the left of Larner. Tough play on the run. Conley zips it to first. Not in time. That'll be an infield single. Connolly did everything he could. Morrow stretched. But Compton, give him credit, beat it out.
And now there's a bit of worry here. We saw with Ben Compton yesterday stealing 3 bases. He's on with 2 outs. He's going to try to make something happen. And you've got a very dangerous hitter digging in.
Adam Proctor making his debut. Second pitch he saw in his first at bat. Line drive out to center. He's 1 for 1. The 2-time Crosstown Showdown Home Run Derby champ. And a balk now called on Larner, so Compton doesn't even have to steal a base to get into scoring position.
That's Compton. That's Compton in the head of Garrett Larner. Larner's holding the baseball, trying to figure out what he wants to do. Is he going to come home? Is he going to step off? Is he going to throw over? And we saw with Compton that he could just try to steal third base now.
Mitch Treziak staring at Larner to make sure he doesn't balk again. Is that an odd feeling as a pitcher? Everyone's eyes are on you throughout the entire stadium when you've got the ball.
By the way, here's that infield single. The tough play made by the shortstop, Connolly charging in, and Compton hustling up the line to beat it out.
Larner's 0-1. Off speed, 1-1.
I've asked pitchers about this in general. Just how does it feel to be out there on the mound? You control the game. You've got the baseball. Everybody is waiting on you. You can step off. Whenever you're ready to throw, you are the person who basically is the key, igniting it all.
Popped up, foul territory. Sotres discards the mass. In comes the third baseman, Rydquist, and grabs it for the final out. Locos settle for just 2 runs as they get 3 base hits, leave 1 stranded. Lugnuts to the plate when we come back.
when you think about it, there are lots of reasons to buy a new home. And with mortgage rates this low at LAFQ, it's all you need to make your move. Because you may not have the space for anything else, but there's always room for a great mortgage rate from LAFQ. Want a low mortgage rate for your new home? Ask for LAFQ. Stop in today or go to LAFQ.com/mortgage. LAFQ, your credit union for life.
It is time now for your LAFQ trivia. LAFQ, your credit union for life. Let's challenge you with this question today. What caused a 7-minute delay in the 9th inning in a 2016 Lugnuts game at Dayton? Was it A, a skunk, B, a swarm of bees, C, a family of ducklings? What caused that delay? Go to www.milb.com/Lansing/fans/contests to answer and enter. That's your LAFQ trivia today.
Locos break through with the first 2 runs of the game thanks to an RBI single from Michael Steigels. And then in a ground out from Alex McCormack. Now the starter, Colin Bradley, out of Northwood, will pitch with a lead for the first time. Back-to-back strikeouts to end that second. His perfect frame. Going 5, 6, and 7 to get Sotrez, Paywan, and Acker. Now he gets the bottom couple order. Bottom 2 players in the order, and Jake Rydquist, Jacob Badalamenti, and then back to the top with Colin Cornwell. The wind continues to gust here on a 75-degree afternoon. Cooley Law School Stadium. Pours in strike 1 to Jake Rydquist. Rydquist had the night off last night. Has made a couple of tough catches today. 0-2. Grand Valley State Laker has come through. Just got the final out on Adam Proctor. That was a big one. Had to come flying in from third. Just below where home plate and the batter's box are in foul territory to end that last half inning. And he had to do the same thing to end the second inning where the ball was hit. Typically, it would have been taken by his shortstop, Mark Connolly, but he didn't see it and lost it off the contact of the bat. Rydquist strikes out, 3rd straight strikeout, all looking for Colin Bradley.
He is locked in. He's got these batters off balance. Right there, he moved the strike zone on Rydquist. Rydquist is looking away, came right back across the inside corner.
Jacob Badalamenti now, the 9th hitter. 0 for 3 yesterday with an RBI. Fouls off the bunt attempt.
I want to go back to Rydquist because we've seen him on the mound. We've seen him in the infield. We've seen him in the outfield. That's been big that he's taken charge with the wind gusting like this.
Yeah, a couple of nice catches. A utility type of guy that's done everything for the Lugnuts. That breaking ball is superb. 0-2 on Badalamenti.
Grand Valley State represent. In this league, they only have 2 players, Jake Rydquist and Alex McCormack.
That breaking ball just off the outside edge. Rydquist, very good defensively today and throughout the league. McCormack flexing his offensive prowess yesterday. Fastball fouled off. 2 home runs for McCormack yesterday that helped the Locos win 12-11. They needed both of those home runs. One, 2. Swing and a miss. He went with the heat. 5 strikeouts for Bradley.
Adam, this is a mistake. The catcher, Adam Proctor, wants the fastball in, the same pitch that he just got Jake Rydquist with. And this is a fastball that leaks right out over the heart of the plate, and yet still too lively for Badalamenti to find it.
Now it's Colin Cornwell. Walked and stole a bag in his first at bat. The breaking ball hitting for strikes consistently for Bradley. Struck out Paywan and Acker to end the last half inning. Has struck out Rydquist and Badalamenti to start this half inning. Can he get Colin Cornwell? Cornwell does not strike out often. Just 5 times, and also he has been tough to get out in general. Batting .444 coming into today's game. And again, walked to lead off for the Lugnuts in that first inning earlier this afternoon. Sprayed out to left, hanging up for Hattlesey, who twists and reaches up to make the catch. And another 1-2-3 inning for Colin Bradley. Outside of that walk, he is now set down 10 straight Locos batters, Lugnuts batters rather, and we're through 3.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together.
It is time for the Dean Transportation, the Dean Trailways Baseball Cap Shuffle. The bus stops here. You know how this works. We take a Dean Trailways bus, we put it under the middle cap, and then we dare you to find it. And I've got Adam here sitting to my left saying, you don't have to dare me. I've got my eye on the ball, I've got my eye on the bus, I've got my eye on the cap. You know, the Lansing Lugnuts have had many different baseball caps over the years. At one point, they had the black crown, the black brim, the silver luggy, the lug nut on the front. You can still find that in our shop. You see the red crown right here, the black L, the silver luggy in the brim. But first, find the Dean Trailways bus. 1, 2, or 3. Cap number 1 is your answer today, and there's your Dean Trailways Baseball Cap Shuffle. The bus stops here.
Two to nothing, Locos leading the Lugnuts. As we're through 3, we bring you to the 4th on a sunny Sunday afternoon from downtown Lansing. Adam Jackson, Jesse Goldberg Strassler. A battle of the 2 starters, Garrett Larner and Colin Bradley. Garrett Larner's day is done for the Lugnuts as he goes 3 innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs with a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And the theme of today has been the debuts in the Lemonade League. We've seen them from Adam Proctor and Jace Preston. Now we'll see a new debut on the mound. It's Ryan Steinhauer.
Steinhauer, 6'2", 175-pound southpaw. You know, originally he had committed Adam to Saginaw Valley State and now off to Lansing Community College. Quite a few LCC stars in the Lemonade League.
His first pitch runs inside to Sean Hattlesey. He'll get the bottom third of the card. That's been the consistent theme. Saginaw Valley State well represented. LCC, Central Michigan, Michigan State. A lot of schools close to Lansing, makes sense. 2 hops off the short bounce. Rydquist throws high. Morrow comes down, and the tag is there. 1 out. Nice play by Andrew Morrow to save that out. Jace Preston now. Well, this will be fun. 2 guys that are playing in their first game today. Now we'll face each other in this at bat. Ryan Steinhauer, Jace Preston, both LCC players as well. The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runs in that third inning for the Locos. They've racked up 4 hits. The Lugnuts still looking for their first hit, but Colin Bradley has dominated. Stepping in right where he left off last Sunday in his complete game start. Been fun to watch. She gave up the walk to Cornwell and has set down 10 straight batters, including 4 strikeouts in a row and 5 total putouts. 2-1, bounced off the plate, right back to Steinhauer, 2 down.
When something is going well, when a player is going well, whether it's pitching, hitting, fielding, whatever it might be, it generally tends to look easy. It doesn't look all that hard. And Colin Bradley on one side is making it look very easy, and so far this has been a nice, easy start to the frame for Steinhauer.
Can he get a 1-2-3? Although Garrett Larner had a terrific day, only gave up the 2 runs. He didn't get through an inning unblemished. And Ryan Steinhauer, what a debut it would be if he could find a way to silence this dominant Locos offense, albeit the bottom of the order, but still 1 through 9 has produced recently. Look at that change up, 0-2. Steinhauer dealing right now, trying to get the final out. 0-2. Bounced foul. Brock Henley out of Davenport. Had the day off yesterday. 3 of the 4 batters in the bottom of the lineup today for the Locos, different from what they threw out there yesterday. Swing and a miss, another change, and there's the first strikeout and a 1-2-3 half inning in the debut of Ryan Steinhauer. Bottom 4 coming up next.
Want a chance to be featured on a Lemonade League broadcast and to win an all-inclusive Lugnut Suite experience from Farm Bureau? This is Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. Usually during Lansing Lugnuts minor league baseball season, I sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Well, you can sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Shoot yourself, your family, your friends, maybe even your dog or cat. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game and enter at www.milb.com/Lansing/fans/contests.
What a game so far. Pitching has ruled through 3.5 innings. Adam Jackson, Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, and our entire production crew working hard again on this Sunday afternoon. Game 16 of the Lemonade League, and it has been a fun one to watch. Just 4 hits so far, all of them for the Locos because their pitcher has dominated. Colin Bradley, a right-handed freshman out of Northwood, has set down 10 straight Lugnuts batters. Now Mark Connolly leads off the 4th. Zaid Walker, Andrew Morrow also will bat right through the heart of this Lugnuts order. Combined, these 3 produced 4 hits in yesterday's 12-11 loss. Swing and a miss as that cuts inside. 5 strikeouts for Bradley, including 4 straight to wrap up the 2nd and begin the 3rd. He gave up a leadoff walk in the 1st. That has been the only base runner for the Lugnuts. On the ground, bounce to the left side of the infield. Henley cuts it off and puts away Conley. Colin Bradley just in a groove, Jesse. And again, to continue his consistency from when he pitched last Sunday, it's been fun to watch how impressive he's been.
He's working very well, too, with his catcher, Adam Proctor.
And that's an excellent point, Jesse. Proctor's first day in the league. He hasn't been working with any of these pitchers. He just joined in today. And it's been a seamless transition. Walker up in the air, floating back into the green seats.
To my mind in general, the high school ranks, at the college ranks, a catcher gets the signs from the dugout. The coaches call the pitch. The catcher gets that sign, signals it out to the pitcher. That's how the pitcher knows what to throw. Not here in the Lemonade League. The catchers are really calling these pitches. The pitchers are looking in, shaking off, or nodding to the signs.
1-1. Fouled off.
So I think that the pitchers, the catchers, working this well in tandem.
And that's always a big thing in baseball when you talk to pitchers and catchers. They always note if there's that consistency or there's that familiarity with their catcher. That's fouled back. Walker staying alive. And they always say it's so important because the two just know each other and it's easy to play off one another. So that obviously means a lot. So that tells you how difficult it is to come in and work with a new pitcher. And it also tells you how well Adam Proctor has fulfilled that role so far.
Well, there has to be trust.
1-2. That one gets away.
So the catcher, Proctor, had called for a high fastball, but I didn't think he wanted it that high.
Well, he got it that high. Bradley will just forget about that pitch and start going over again. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes on Walker. He got Walker to strike out swinging in the first. This time, pulled to short. Quick throw from Shire inside, 2 down.
It's just so important when the pitcher, Bradley, looks in, sees those 2 fingers put down by Proctor and says, all right, curveball, here you go.
12 straight retired since the opening batter, Colin Cornwell's walk. Very similar to what we saw last Sunday in the 2-1 5-inning win. A complete game, the only we've seen so far in the Lemonade League from Colin Bradley.
Well, we saw one other, if you know what I mean. Nick O'Day went 4 innings.
1-0 is chopped to short to Shire. Dug up at first by Steigels. It's 13 straight set down by Colin Bradley. We're off to the 5th at Cooley Law School Stadium.
I was not bitter by not being allowed to play in the major leagues. I just said the time has not come. I only wish I could have played in the big leagues when I was young enough to show what I could do.
Buck Leonard was a model first baseman and home run hitter. On the field, teammates could rely on him to seize bunts, dig throws out of the dirt, and throw runners out. In the batter's box, Leonard feared no fastball. He was a pull hitter with a smooth, powerful swing that sent the ball screaming over the walls. Some records show Leonard averaged 34 home runs a year during his prime, and his batting average rarely dropped below .390. His talent and easygoing personality made him a regular pick for the East-West All-Star games. Buck Leonard spent most of his 17-year career with the Homestead Grays, where he and Josh Gibson were known as the Thunder Twins. Always easygoing and dependable, Leonard also served as captain of the Grays until the team folded in 1950. In 1972, Buck Leonard witnessed his induction to the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Chick-fil-A Lansing is happy to serve our community located at 5617 West Saginaw Highway. We are currently open for drive-through, curbside pickup, or mobile orders via our mobile app. We also offer catering pickup and delivery.
Adam Purdy leads off this fifth inning rather, against Ryan Steinhauer. He faced the minimum in his first inning in the Lemonade League. Steinhauer joining today out of LCC. Second pitch to Purdy, 2 balls, no strikes. Adam Purdy very well known for not swinging at many pitches out of the zone. He's got a hitter-friendly count here. 3-0. Purdy walked in the first, had a base hit, scored the first run of the game in the third. Looking for his 14th walk. There's a strike fired in. Steinhauer got a ground out from Hattlesea, a ground out from Preston, and then struck out Henley, dealing with the final third in the order for the Locos in that 4th inning. Swing and a miss, and he's come back to make it a full count. Payoff pitch, and it's ball 4. So Purdy just continues to get on. 2 walks, a base hit. The table setter doing it again. And the Locos, they're getting an excellent performance from their starter, Colin Bradley. 12 straight retired through the first 13 batters that he's faced. So they got to think a 2-run lead feels pretty sturdy here, but would love to add on more. Brandon Shire takes a pitch out wide.
I'd say a 2-run lead never feels that sturdy in the Lemonade League, if you know what I mean.
No doubt, but when Colin Bradley's on the hill, it's the sturdiest it can feel. 1-1.
Bradley has been the closest thing that we have seen in the Lemonade League to an ace. I mean, he is following up what was a sterling outing last time, where things only started to unravel in the 5th inning, and he steadied things out, still completed the win, 2-1 victory. And now here today, this is as good as he's looked. He looks better to me today than he did last Sunday.
Yeah, he is rolling. We'll see how long he goes. Bradley's thrown 54 pitches through 4 innings. 2-1. Whacked foul. You see that second camera there. This is interesting to watch. Adam Purdy loves to steal bases, but not as easy to do when you've got a left-hander on the hill, and also unknown about Steinhauer and how good his move is, and trying to figure out his rhythm throwing home. 2 balls, 2 strikes remains the count on Shire.
Steinhauer really is not giving the runner very much of a look. He's getting that ball, he's getting the sign, and he's letting it fly.
Doing what he can to worry about the batter first. Trying to keep this a 2-run game in the 5th. The pitch. Breaking ball, Shire out in front of it. Second strikeout for Steinhauer.
That's good stuff.
I don't know if we've had a game yet where Brandon Shire has struck out multiple times. That's his second strikeout.
Well, Shire came into play today, having just struck out 4 times in the entire course of the Lemonade League.
Yeah, I don't think he's had a 2-strikeout game. He does now. Good pitching today by the Lugnuts. That a wild pitch. Sotres comes back, and the ball gets loose from Van Acker, who made an acrobatic attempt to get that tag on Purdy. It was a close play.
High degree of difficulty. Sotres put that throw right on the runner. So you have Van Acker first running to his right to cover the base, and then reaching back to his left to try to grab the throw, all while Purdy's sliding body is arriving.
Steinhauer's pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Michael Steigels. Steigels, a huge day yesterday in the middle of this order. Batted cleanup yesterday, today 3rd. He was 2 for 3 in that 12-11 win with a couple of doubles. 2 driven in, 3 runs scored, and a walk. This is belted to left. That's down for a base hit around 3rd. Here comes Purdy to make it 3-0. Steigels cruising into second. slides in safe with a 1-run double. Another big day today for Steigels. Multiple hits and multiple runs driven in.
No Cade Preston, no problem for the Locos in the middle part of their order.
That's 3 doubles in the last 2 games for Michael Steigels. Back-to-back 2-hit days. He's got a single and a double and 2 driven in today after his fly out in the first. Now Alex McCormick, strike 1. The wind continues to howl in downtown Lansing, whipping around at about 15 miles an hour on this lazy Sunday afternoon. And it's certainly not been lazy for these pitchers. Larner, Steinhauer, Bradley, all of them have pitched very respectably. Even that run just given up by Steinhauer, his first allowed, and he continues to fire in the strikes. Swing and a miss, 1-2 on McCormick, who has garnered the attention as one of the mainstay power hitters in the Lemonade League. 2 home run game last night. Today he's kept both on the ground, did drive in a run with the ground out in the third. Another one sprayed foul. 1-2.
His home runs yesterday, one of them came on a 1-2 pitch, and the other of them came on a 3-0 pitch. Lets you know he does not change his swing.
And he's dangerous with any count that he's got. Steinhauer's 1-2 on the lefty-lefty matchup. Outside 2-2. 5 hits, all for the Locos. 3 runs, all for the Locos. The only error on the Lugnuts came on Gabe Sotrez back in the 3rd inning. Off speed, just off the plate. 3-2.
Well, you don't want to allow McCormack to sit on a fastball. You figure that's what he's going to get right here.
Steigels with good speed at second. Payoff pitch from Steinhauer. Swing and a miss. He gets a strikeout of Alex McCormack. 2 down.
Well, that's pretty. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So McCormack is thinking it's going to be something hittable. That was not hittable, Adam. That's at the knees on the outside corner and moving.
Steinhauer is rolling. 3 strikeouts, 2 to a couple of the top batters for the Locos, Shire and McCormick. You got Henley in that 4th inning. Here's Ben Compton. Compton went down looking in the 2nd, then had a base hit in the 3rd. Trying to come up with a 2-out single. See if he can bring Steigels home. Just a rarity to see a pitcher come into this league and on his debut dominate the way that Steinhauer has. 2 balls and no strikes. And again, I know he's given up the run here, but to be as consistent and deliver the pitches the way that he has, racked up 3 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3. Not easy to maneuver through the top of this Locos lineup. Throw back to second, and now they've got Steigels, but he gets over to third as the ball's dropped by Van Acker. It was the right play by Sotrez, who whipped it down to second. But Steigels now 90 feet away.
Not exactly graceful for Steigels in that entrance into third base. Gonna laugh things off.
All that matters is you get there safely, and some part of your body touches the bag.
About Steinhauer joining the Lemonade League after pitching in the Legacy Midwest Collegiate Baseball League. So he comes in sharp.
There's a sharp strike on the inside corner, 2-2.
Something that we've been seeing from a number of these guys who've joined midway through the season here is that they had been pitching in a summer league elsewhere or playing in.
Another full count to a Locos batter. Last time he struck out McCormick just moments ago in a 3-2 count. Can he get Compton as well and keep this a 3-run game? Payoff pitch. Foul ball. The Locos stranded a runner on third base earlier in this game. Back in the first inning, Adam Purdy was left there. Locos trying to get back-to-back 2-run half innings. Got one in the third, could get one here in the fifth. Foul tipped into the glove. 4 strikeouts for Ryan Steinhauer. Bottom of the fifth coming up next.
Salts de Maria. Marie. Salts de Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie.
Excited. Oh my god.
It's Ypsilanti.
Okay. Charlotte.
Charlotte.
No. Menominee. See you, Menominee. Menominee.
Is that
Menominee.
Menominee?
Menominee. Monopoly.
Mackinac. Mackinac. That's how it's pronounced
Give
here.
up. Mackinac.
While our capacity is limited, we were still able to welcome numerous other fans with our Faces in the Crowd presented by Jackson National Life Insurance. As a reminder, 20% of all the proceeds goes to support Ellie's Place. Thank you for supporting a great cause and joining us here this afternoon. These are the Faces in the Crowd presented by Jackson National Life Insurance.
It's been Colin Bradley's day so far. He comes back out for a 5th inning of work. 12 straight retired after giving up a leadoff walk to Colin Cornwell. His team's built a 3-run lead, adding one in the top half of this inning. See if he can keep the mojo going. Gabe Sotres, Joey Paywan, and Van Acker still trying to get the Lugnuts first hit. Sotres made good contact in his opening plate appearance. A line out to right field's Alex McCormack. First pitch outside. Sotres with a big day at the plate yesterday. He batted just 3 times, came into the game in the 4th. Hits one on the ground to third. Scooped up by Henley, drops the ball. Will throw back to first late. And that'll be an error on Brock Henley. First base runner for the Lugnuts since Cornwell in that opening half inning. Sotres yesterday, though, drove in 4 with a triple and a single. And he has reached today. Now with that error on Henley, here comes Joey Paywan. Sotres taken off for second. Throw down is late. Gabe Sotres now with a stolen base, his 6th of this Lemonade League. A perfect 6 for 6 in swipes for the catcher. Joey Paywan struck out looking, a part of 4 straight strikeouts for Colin Bradley between the 2nd and the 3rd. Cuts through that. 1-1. Check that. 0-2 now on Paywan. Can he deliver the first base hit for the Lugnuts? Swing and a miss. He can't. Throw down. Good stop by Shire. 6th strikeout for Bradley. So Sotres in scoring position after the E5 on Brock Henley. Immediately stole second. Can Van Acker bring him in? Bradley throws that breaking ball fouled back. Van Acker again struck out looking. That's how impressive that Bradley was in that 4 straight strikeout stretch. All 4 batters went down looking. He's grooving the pitch as well, hitting the corners, changing up the speeds, and keeping the hitters off balance. 5-inning complete game, 1-run effort the last time that Bradley pitched, last Sunday. The start of this 6-game winning streak for the Locos. 1-1. Big swing and a miss from Acker.
There was a feeling, too, from me, Adam, last Sunday. Bradley might have been running on fumes a little bit in the 5th inning. Not today. He has hit this 5th inning. He is looking just as strong as ever.
Yeah, he's continuing to pound the zone. Looks Sotres back to the bag. Technically should be 2 outs right now, and he'd be up 1-2 on Acker. Outside of the mistake from Brock Henley, just dropped the baseball on the transfer attempt from his glove to his throwing hand. 1-2. Very close on the breaking ball take from Acker, 2-2.
And Proctor wanted that curveball down and away.
What does Bradley come home with here? The pitch. Swing and a miss. He went breaking ball. Acker's down for the 2nd time. Strikeout number 7 for Bradley.
It's something I've noticed from the catcher, Adam Proctor, is that when Colin Bradley misses his spot, that Proctor goes, okay, let's try it again.
Well, can he continue his streak and get Jake Rydquist, who struck out looking in the 3rd? Fouled on a play. It's amazing to think that the Lugnuts, who at one time had won 4 straight and 4 of the last 5, have not won a game in this league since last Saturday. The streak started on Sunday with the doubleheader win for the Locos, and it has continued into today. We'll play one more tomorrow throughout this 6-game stretch, which began on Wednesday.
In that game, the Lugnuts' last win, 11-7. That was the 4th straight game that the Lugnuts had scored exactly 11 runs.
Outside, 1-1.
Now, they did get back to scoring 11 yesterday, Adam, but between those games, they had scored 1, 1, 8, 3, and 2. So, really only 2 good offensive performances during this losing streak.
Here's a bouncer to short. Shire trying to range and get there. Throws wide of the bag. Sotres caught in a rundown. He's being run back. Tries to spin out of a tag. Does so. Steigels now puts the tag down. And that will finish up this 5th inning. Excellent job by the Locos defensively. And Colin Bradley keeps the clean sheet, 0 up on the board as we move to the bottom half, or excuse me, to the 6th.
Come play in Greater Lansing. You'll love our perfect mix of old and new, big city buzz and small town charm. And visiting is easy because it feels like home. Catch Spartan spirit, share an intimate meal, roar with the crowd, or relax in the links. Reconnect with family and make memories that will last a lifetime. Give yourself a weekend and come play in Greater Lansing.
Listen,
Well, no runs as of yet for the Lugnuts, though they did just collect their very first hit of the game. The final batter of the bottom of the 5th inning, and let's have a look at this again. An infield single by Jake Rydquist, the throw by Brandon Shire, too late to first, and then watch the rundown. The catcher Proctor, running Gabe Sotres up the line, missed the tag, so delivers the throw, and there's your tag at the end of it to complete things. And just like that, Michael Steigels, the first baseman, coming down the line to finish things out 3-2 to 3. Gabe Sotres tagged out between third and home, and so this shutout continues. The Locos 3, the Lugnuts nothing. The left-hander Ryan Steinhauer deals. That's underneath the arms. Ball 1 of Adam Proctor, the catcher. Proctor, Hattlesey, and Preston, 6-7-8 coming up. Locos looking to add to their lead. With Adam Jackson, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. And that nearly hits Proctor.
Michael Steigels coming down there and making sure that his pitcher, Colin Bradley, doesn't have to work any harder in that rundown.
How about that?
Bradley in the right position. Steigels says, no worries, I'll take it.
Proctor 1 for 2. Hangs back from the high heat. Third inning of work for the southpaw Ryan Steinhauer. Starting pitcher for the Lugnuts, Garrett Larner, went 3 innings, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. Steinhauer a perfect 4th inning, but he allowed a run on 1 hit and 1 walk in the 5th inning. By the way, it's been Michael Steigels. We just talked about him defensively. Offensively, he's been right in the thick of things for the Locos. 3-1 for Proctor. Count is full.
He's a serious candidate for player of the game, but he might be doing, might be outdueled a little bit by his starting pitcher.
Yeah, you and I both are thinking the same thing. Colin Bradley has gone through 5 innings of 1-hit scoreless balls. So I don't know. Payoff for Proctor. Little looper right to the shortstop Connolly. 1 down. Colin Bradley, all he's done today, just allowed that very first hit. And it came to end the bottom of the 5th inning in a 7-inning game. Oh, by the way, he has struck out 7. He has walked just 1. This is a Lemonade League featuring a league batting average of .282. Sean Hattlesey swings and misses. We have seen 206 runs scored in the first 15 games of the league. Not today. Ball and a strike on Hattlesey, 0 for 2. A line out to center and a ground out to third base. Average total runs per game. 14 total runs. 2-1. And the Lugnuts, whom Colin Bradley so far is blanking, averaging 7 runs per game in the league. Team batting average .281, slugging .388, .429 on base percentage. Fouled away to the right side. Just all of these offensive numbers, Adam, have been staggering. And the Lemonade League just trying to keep up with things. I was talking to you earlier today about this. Just trying to find the league average hitters. If you're hitting .280 in the Lemonade League coming in, you are below average. Hattlesey goes down on strikes. Steinhauer records his 5th strikeout. Bring up Jace Preston now. Michael Steigels came into play today hitting .276. That's below league average, not by much. But because Steigels has the RBI single and the RBI double, he's back up there. Ball 1 to Jace Preston. A great hitters league, but not today. 3-0 Locos. When Ryan Steinhauer is trying to look to close out a 1-2-3 6th inning. Ball and a strike on Preston. Hit by a pitch and a ground out to the pitcher. I'm sure they must be sick of this. Or at the very least, I'm sure Jace Preston doesn't enjoy it. But Adam, in watching Jace Preston hit, anything about him remind you of Cade Preston? A little bit more of a closed stance than Cade.
Yeah, he just looks like a power hitter.
Yes.
Doesn't have to do anything, but he goes up there. You can see the size of his legs, and he's got some big muscles up in the shoulders and bicep areas as well.
And he's worked the count full.
Looks like he's got the intangibles and the size to send a few balls out of Cooley Law School Stadium. So we'll see. Could we get graced with home runs from both the Preston brothers?
Here's your 3-2. And he went right through it. Steinhauer strikes him out. Strikeout number 6 in 3 innings for the reliever. That's a perfect 6th inning. 5.5 complete. Can the Lugnuts now manage a run? They're down 3-0.
Every Lemonade League game broadcast is brought to you free across multiple social and digital platforms, including the Lugnuts Facebook and Twitter pages. These live-streamed webcasts are made possible by the following Lugnut partners: Farm Bureau Insurance, Jackson National Life Insurance, Dan Henry Distributing, Ranger, General Motors, Blue Cross Blue Shield, LAFQ, Dean Transportation, WMU Cooley Law School, Capital Region International Airport, Lansing Board of Water and Light, Physicians Health Plan, Meyer, Gordon Food Service, Michigan Student Aid, and all of our partners. Thank you so much for your support.
The attendance here today won a 16th consecutive sellout. Thank you so much for supporting the Lemonade League and the Lemonade Leaguers. We are not allowed to have more than 100 by directive of the Ingham County Department of Health. So 100 fans allowed, 100 fans are here. Plus more folks watching from the balconies in the outfield lofts. There's the crowd at Good Hops, plus the balcony. 3-0, the Locos are leading. They're watching Colin Bradley spin a gem. Jake Badalamenti, a hopper to the hole. Brandon Shire, long throw. Got him at first base, and there's one gone. We could go right back to those fans to show them approving. Top of the order time now for the Lugnuts. Back to Colin Cornwell, followed by Mark Connolly. Adam, we talked about this from the top, how when Colin Bradley's going well, you know it because of the groundouts. He's getting those groundouts. Backdoor breaking ball, strike one. Colin Cornwell, a walk and a steal in the first inning, a fly out to left in the third. That just misses off the inside corner. The Lugnuts only have one hit today. And Colin Cornwell is down on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. This has been something else. Longest outing of any pitcher in the Lemonade League. Colin Bradley right here and right now. Ground ball right back to Bradley. The underhand to Steigels, and he's gone through 5 2/3 shutout. And now bring up Mark Connolly.
On a roll here. This has been so fun to watch, especially in a league that we love offense, but baseball is about pitching.
Yes.
And the art of pitching and mastering the ability to do it consistently. And outside of Colin Bradley, we really haven't seen it in any of these games at this rate.
Curveball for a strike. Connolly is flied to left and Sean Hattlesey. And he's grounded out to the third baseman, Brock Henley. Ground ball past the tarp toward the pen, where we see another Lugnuts pitcher getting warm. And here's the very first time today looking toward the Locos pen. They are warming up a pitcher. And it's the southpaw freshman from Michigan State, Nick Powers. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Connolly.
Boo!
Warming up, by the way, in the Lugnuts bullpen, it's the right-hander Robert Adkins from Schoolcraft. 2-2 pitch from Colin Bradley. That's foul.
No offense, Mr. Powers. I just, we want to see the complete game, don't we? Right? If he can do it.
If he gets past Connolly, he would only be 3 outs away.
I mean, he's making Lemonade League history here. He had a 5-inning complete game. There's a little asterisk because it's only 5 innings, so let's see that first 7-inning complete game performance if he can maneuver through 6 and close it out quickly here.
First to finish off 6. Curveball, strike 3 called, and he's through 6 innings. 6 one-hit shutout innings for Colin Bradley. And you can add on his 8th strikeout in a perfect 6th inning. 3-0 Locos. We go to the 7th. We are about to see our 3rd Lugnuts pitcher. All the while, the Locos are still on the guy who started the game, Colin Bradley. As we open the 7th and final inning, it's the Locos 3, the Lugnuts nothing. And that rarity, the low-scoring pitchers duel in the Lemonade League. There's the right-hander Robert Adkins, now into work. It is our 2nd time seeing Adkins here in this Lemonade League. The first time that we saw him work, pitched 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, and 4 runs. He struck out 1.
Well, he's got some pressure on him today because all 3 pitchers we've seen, and that's 3 pitchers combined from both teams, they have been stellar. Garrett Larner started the day off for the Lugnuts, gave up just the 2 runs, 1 earned with a walk and 2 strikeouts. How about Ryan Steinhauer in his debut out of LCC? 3 innings, just 1 hit and 1 run allowed, 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. So now it's Robert Atkins' turn, and of course we know what Colin Bradley's doing on the other side. He's thrown 6 shutout innings with 8 strikeouts. So Mr. Atkins, welcome to the mound. Pressure's on.
Good things are happening on that mound this afternoon.
Sure are. Jeez, oh Pete's, what a great performance as the tradition continues of the matinee Sunday games dominated by the pitchers, saying, don't forget about us.
If that is it, by the way, for Colin Bradley, as we're continuing to see the southpaw Nick Powers warm up in the Locos bullpen. So Colin Bradley went 6 innings, allowed 1 fifth-inning infield single to Jake Rydquist. Brock Henley takes ball 1 right near his head.
Jesse, you tell me, as a manager of the Lemonade League,
yes,
for the Locos, he's thrown 67 pitches by my rough count. I may have been off by a pitch or two. Would you throw him back out there, or would you just bring in the new guy?
Here's what I have to consider. There's an important piece of information that neither you nor I have. And that is, what actually is his pitch count? Is it 70, for example? 2 balls, 1 strike on Henley. If it's 70, if it's 75 pitches, then he can't go out there. But if his pitch count has leeway, you better believe I send him back out there. That's flipped foul off the right side.
That's a pretty backhanded remark there. You think that I don't know how to count? I mean, I have a degree.
So all of these guys have different coaches. The players are working with their pitching coaches. In the case of the Locos, it's Cam View, the former Michigan State Spartan. So it very much is, how many pitches is Bradley limited to?
Actually, I did lie to you, by the way.
Uh-oh.
I didn't count up his pitches from the 6th inning.
So,
he threw 11 more pitches. That would give him 78 right now.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Yeah.
Brock Henley takes the leadoff walk. I think.
By the way, totally just kidding. I probably did miscount. You're right in that assumption. But from what I've gathered, 78 to 80 pitches somewhere in there for the Lemonade League. Yeah, that's probably about the end.
I mean, the big thing for all of these players, especially with pitchers, just to try to take care of their arm health. You don't want to strain those arms, and yet Bradley has been so good today, just like he was last Sunday. Adam Purdy's the batter. There's ball 1 from Atkins.
And you can't blame us for wanting to see Bradley go the complete game. Again, we've been spoiled by his pitching just because the offenses have been so dominant in the Lemonade League.
I really liked Nick Powers the last time we saw him. We could see him tomorrow. Swing and a miss by Purdy. Oh, by the way, Powers has sat down, and the Locos bullpen is now quiet. Whatever that means.
Well, I think he's been warming up for a long time, so I don't know if that...
You think he's just ready?
Yeah, because he was warming up for most of that last half inning, even though it was a quick one.
Henley's not running. Purdy smacks it towards second. Acker feeds Connolly. Connolly hangs on. Fielder's choice. Purdy now on at first. Henley forced for out number 1.
Good play from Acker there. Looked like he had some trouble collecting that baseball and making the transfer. It would have been real difficult to get Purdy anyway in a double play situation. So smart by Acker to sure hand, make sure he's got it, just get the force at second base. Now you do have to be careful with Purdy, who likes to steal bags, who's at first.
Yes, he does. And here's Brandon Shire. Now, Shire today has reached and scored a run, but he reached on the error committed by the catcher Gabe Sotres. And his other 2 at-bats, he struck out. So 0 for 3. Lofted to center. Colin Cornwell tracking. He's got it. Purdy retreats to first base. Well, here comes the hitting hero right now for the Locos. They've scored 3 runs in this game, and Michael Steigels has knocked in 2 of them. RBI single to center field, knocked in Adam Purdy with run number 1 back in the 3rd inning. Then in the 5th inning, he doubled in Purdy. There's Purdy at first. Can he drive him in again? Purdy runs, throw down, late, and off the glove of Acker. So Adam Purdy is his 2nd steal of the game. Stolen base number 7 this year. Would not take too much from Steigels right now. Just a single should be enough to do it. The Concordia speedster away from second. The Oakland Golden Grizzly waiting. Ball and a strike against Adkins. When we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, Zaid Walker, Andrew Morrow, and Gabe Sotrez. 3-4-5, Spartan, Spartan, Spartan. Strike 2 for Steigels.
And who will it be that comes out for that 7th inning? I'm excited not knowing, having to think there is a potential that Bradley does come back out for the complete game attempt.
Smack to center. Cornwell makes the catch. And we are going to the bottom of the 7th inning right here, right now. Locos 3, Lugnuts nothing. It is Nick Powers, the left-hander from Michigan State, who has emerged from the dugout. Bradley is done. We'll be back.
Doc, thank you very much. Up here at the suite level, let's sing 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Just buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the Lugnuts. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go nuts, Doc. Back to you.
So here we go now to the bottom of the 7th and final inning. Last chance for the Lugnuts. It's not a no-hitter. A single by Jake Rydquist in the 5th inning averted that. But currently it is a shutout, and we have not yet seen a shutout in the Lemonade League. The left-hander, Nick Powers, out of Flushing. He replaces Colin Bradley. 3 outs to go. Locos up 3-0. He deals to 3 of his teammates. Zaid Walker first takes ball 1.
That would have been another interesting caveat of questioning, wondering who pitches the 7th. If he would have still had the no-hitter intact, do they try and bring him back out? Probably no still, because you don't want to overuse him.
You just worry so much.
Yeah, just another thing to think about.
But that only hit an infield single. And on the play, and that was recorded, Gabe Sotrez thrown out and tagged out in a rundown between 3rd and home. Second appearance for Powers in the Lemonade League. At 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Walker. Colin Bradley's final line. Official. 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Walker has worked the count full. A payoff. Hit high in the air to left center field and carrying. Hattlesey is back. He can't make the catch. It bounces up against the wall. Walker to second. Stops right there. Base hit number 2 for the Lugnuts. Leadoff double for Zaid Walker. It is Walker's 4th double, his 6th extra base hit. Andrew Morrow next. In yesterday's game, the Lugnuts trailed going to the final frame 12-8. And then consecutive RBI singles by this trio, Walker, Morrow, and Gabe Sotres waiting on deck. That knocked the deficit down to 1 run. However, on the Gabe Sotres RBI single, Andrew Morrow was tagged out trying to advance to third base. That was the game's final out, and the Lugnuts lost 12-11. So here they go again, looking for the last-ditch comeback.
Watch out for these 3 Spartans, too. They're dangerous. You get Walker on, then you got to work through Morrow and Sotres, who has had pretty good at-bats the last couple of days. So this is not going to be easy for Nick Powers. And again, maybe just going back to that decision one more time, that may have been in the back mind as well for Pete Romsack, knowing you'd have to work through 3, 4, and 5, deciding on who'd come out to throw the 7th.
Morrow right through the high fastball.
And remember how close the Lugnuts? They were right there yesterday, and Morrow has got to be feeling that right now, knowing he made that final out. He wants to contribute, and their chances to come back and win today.
He's grounded out to second and a shortstop. Powers is keeping a close eye on Walker at second. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. Lugnuts looking to rally from a 3-0 deficit. Curveball, just missed. Hitter's count for Andrew Morrow, native of Nebraska. Walker takes off, pitches in, throw down to third. Well, Henley was not really covering. Walker's got the steal, Morrow draws the walk, and Gabe Sotres is coming up as the potential game-tying run. There comes the pitching coach, Cam View.
Yeah, not really sure what was going on with Brock Henley, if he didn't notice right away or if he was a little bit too far away from third base to get over there in time to cover. Would have been tough to get Walker anyway, but here come the Locos for the first time. Wouldn't this be something?
Yes, it would be. And it lets you know just how good Colin Bradley was. Through 6 innings, we did not see any kind of threat from the Lugnuts. And now Nick Powers comes in, a double, the steal, and the walk. Well, he has the 2-run cushion. Both Walker and Morrow could score, and yet Powers could still lock down this win. Gabe Sotres is lined out and reached on an error. Andrew Morrow, a threat to steal at first base. 6 for 7. Sotres pops it up. At a foul ground, first baseman Steigels makes the catch. There's one gone.
That's a big out because Sotres is an important bat in this lineup. And again, as you maneuver through the heart of the order, now you get a little bit easier here towards the bottom. Still very capable hitters, but guys that have struggled today, and everyone had their struggles against Bradley, but things ease up a little bit in terms of the numbers that the Walkers and Morrows and Sotreses have produced.
Well, Joey Paywan now, who takes ball 1. Adam, Joey Paywan and Van Acker had been 2 of the more productive hitters for the Lugnuts as of late, but not today, not against Colin Bradley. Combined 0 for 4, 4 strikeouts. And Paywan sees the count go to 1-1.
Yeah, and I don't want to feel like I'm slighting these 2 hitters or the bottom of this order, because I'm not. They're certainly very capable, but the struggles have been apparent in the bottom of the order today outside of Jake Rydquist's infield single.
Popped up right side. Second baseman Compton fighting the sky, squeezes out number 2. Well, from the double and the walk, and it appeared that Nick Powers was in trouble. Look at this. The Locos are now 1 out away from the shutout win.
All right, Van Acker, it's time for your first home run of the league, right? Just in case we want to try and have more swing-offs. Still waiting for that first one for the tie.
Morrow at first, Walker at third. Nick Powers lets it fly. Fastball up and away.
I don't think I've ever rooted harder for a tie than in one of these 16 games because I just want to see that home run derby swing off.
This is game 16. There's only 4 more games to go, and we have not yet seen it. Morrow takes off. Acker hits it high in the air, but he did not catch enough. Sean Hattlesey from left. He's got it, and this is the first shutout in Lemonade League history. Final score, Locos 3, Lugnuts nothing. Colin Bradley the first 6, and Nick Powers the final frame. After the Walker double and the Morrow walk, gets Sotres, Paywan, and Acker to end it.
Well, this all goes to Colin Bradley. 6 innings of shutout work, 8 strikeouts. He set the tone, and give credit, Nick Powers, not easy to come in and finish off what Bradley has started, but after allowing the first 2 to reach, 1, 2, 3 flyouts. Great work by the Locos today, and 7 straight victories. This team is rolling, Jesse.
They sure are. Their record now is 10-6 against the Lugnuts here in the Lemonade League. There's the commish, Greg Kiger, setting up the postgame interview with Alex Sims from WLNS TV6. We'll step aside, take a quick break, come right back with the replays from today's game. A 3-0 Locos win. Welcome back into Lemonade League postgame. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler with Adam Jackson. 3-0 the Locos won here today. Let's have a look back at the highlights of this one. Let's start our way into the top of the 3rd inning because that's when we saw our very first run scoring. Adam Purdy led off, a single against the Lugnut starter Garrett Larner. Then this little dribbler by Brandon Shire. The catcher gave Sotres a poor throw to first base. Adam Purdy took all the way to 3rd base, and Michael Steigels brought him in.
Well, 2 RBI day for Steigels yesterday. He gets 2 more today, and his 3rd triple or 3rd double in 2 days.
Well, here's Steigels again. That's a drive down the left side. That brings in Adam Purdy. Purdy for a 2nd time today, driven in by Steigels. That gave the Locos a 3-0 lead. But Ryan Steinhauer was good out of the bullpen.
He really was. 3 innings pitched. He did allow just the 1 run that we just saw, but 6 strikeouts and only 1 walk.
Down goes Sean Hattlesey. After down went Ben Compton. Steinhauer's relief work outstanding. Here's the strikeout of Jace Preston. That's the final batter that he faced. On the other side for the Locos, this is the very first Lugnuts hit of the game. That's a Jake Rodquist infield single, but even that doesn't go well. Gabe Sotres tagged out on the rundown by Steigels.
Yeah, really executed well by the Locos and finishes off a great day for Bradley.
Colin Bradley went 6 shutout innings. We'll talk about him a little bit more. But first, bottom of the 7th inning, Zaid Walker a double. And suddenly the Lugnuts have something cooking in the bottom of the 7th inning.
And give credit to the Lugnuts. Second straight day, they did some work in the 7th inning trying to come back.
Here's Colin Bradley. Let's look at some Bradley highlights. There's a strikeout of Zaid Walker. Down goes Joey Paywan. There are 8 strikeouts in all as the right-hander was just awesome. Van Acker, no chance.
Yeah, just spotting his pitches, mixing them up well. Breaking ball was working well. Excellent day for Bradley with those 8 strikeouts.
Jake Rydquist inside corner, no. Jake Badalamenti chasing away, no. Colin Bradley following up a 5-inning complete game his last time on the mound by going 6 innings of 1 hit shutout ball. There he got Van Acker, goes to the outside corner. That's a strikeout of Mark Connolly. Brilliant stuff from Colin Bradley.
I mean, the best pitching performance we've seen by far in the Lemonade League. 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs at all for the Lugnuts at all. And the first shutout, as Jesse mentioned, with the 8 strikeouts, just tremendous for Bradley. There's no question he's our player of the game.
And then it looked like maybe the Lugnuts had something going. You saw the Zaid Walker double. Andrew Morrow had walked. Walker stealing third base on ball 4. Runners at him were at the corners. There's nobody out. It's the bottom half of the 7th inning. Tying run is coming up, but Gabe Sotres, Joey Paywan, Van Acker, all of them dispatched by the Michigan State freshman Nick Powers.
Yeah, well, we mentioned you had to work through the heart of the order, and Walker Morrow and Sotres, he lets 2 of the 3 get on, but then shuts the door right away. No chance for the Lugnuts to sniff a comeback, and impressive stuff by Powers to come in and strand those runners and preserve the win.
Hey, 3-0. A Lemonade League shutout, Adam. A shutout in the Lemonade League. We just have not seen very many games like this. Then again, we just have not seen very much pitching like Colin Bradley.
Something new every day in the Lemonade League. Today it was a shutout and a marvelous performance from Colin Bradley. Defense was excellent again behind him, and his offense did enough. Shout out to Michael Steigels, who produced 2 of the 3 runs today for the Locos. And Jesse, that's 7 straight victories with only 4 games left to go now for the Locos.
Well, if the Lugnuts are to even up this series, they'll have to win every single one of the games left, and that begins tomorrow, 7 p.m. The Lugnuts, the Locos, Lemonade League game number 17 here at Cooley Law School Stadium.
Looking forward to it, and for the Locos, they just continue to roll. Lugnuts have got to put together that complete game. We've seen at times, like yesterday, the hitting was there, they score 11 runs. The pitching was not there. Today, we saw good pitching from them, but they were shut down in the hitting column thanks to Colin Bradley. So can they get that performance where they get good hitting and good pitching? Maybe we'll see it tomorrow.
Maybe we'll see it tomorrow. Till tomorrow, let's wish you well for the rest of your weekend. For the folks in the control room, big thanks. Mitchell, Terry, Chris on PA, everybody, Audrey, and the entire crew. For Adam Jackson to my left, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. That final score one more time. The Locos 3, the Lugnuts nothing. Here's wishing you well from a windy, gorgeous Sunday in the Lemonade League and Michigan State Capitol.